Imagine a phone so futuristic, it feels like Apple has skipped a generation ahead. That's exactly what the iPhone 17 Pro promises. This isn't just another yearly upgrade, it's a bold reimagining of what a smartphone can be. From a redesigned pentacamera system to a body crafted from aerospace-grade titanium, Apple seems determined to redefine premium. But here's the question, is this the leap that finally justifies the hype? Stick around, because in this deep dive we're breaking down every detail, the design, the performance, the AI-driven software magic, and what all of this actually means for real-world use. And trust me, you'll want to hear what Apple may be hiding in plain sight. Let's start with the design, because this is where Apple has made some of the boldest moves. The iPhone 17 Pro is slimmer, lighter, yet stronger than its predecessor. Apple continues with titanium, but now the finish feels more refined, less prone to fingerprints, and with subtle curvature that makes it comfortable in hand. It's sleek, but not slippery. Apple has also gone nearly bezel-less with its micro-LED display. The edges practically disappear, and the screen feels like it's melting into the frame. When you hold it, it doesn't feel like holding a phone, it feels like holding pure content. Now, about that camera bump. Apple has redesigned it completely. Instead of the familiar square module, the iPhone 17 Pro introduces a pentagon-shaped pentacamera system. 5 lenses, each designed with a purpose. You've got your main 48MP wide sensor, a new 64MP ultra-wide for dramatic landscapes, a telephoto lens with up to 10x optical zoom, a periscope-style lens for extreme zoom photography, and, here's the kicker, a dedicated AI depth sensor. That's not just for portrait shots. Apple has integrated it into AR, gaming, and even video conferencing to make virtual backgrounds look seamless. This camera system is Apple's biggest bet in years. They're not just competing with Samsung or Google in megapixel count, they're redefining how cameras interact with software. With Apple's custom AI engine, the iPhone 17 Pro doesn't just capture light, it understands scenes. It predicts what you're shooting, a cityscape, a pet in motion, a candlelit dinner, and optimizes settings on the fly. And before you say every phone does that, Apple's integration is on another level. The processing happens instantly, without lag, and the results are strikingly natural rather than overprocessed. But hardware means nothing without display power, and here, Apple flexes. The iPhone 17 Pro introduces a micro-LED display that's brighter, more energy efficient, and shockingly vivid. Colors pop without oversaturation, blacks are truly inky, and the peak brightness reaches up to 3000 nits. Outdoors, even under direct sunlight, this thing remains perfectly visible. For gamers, Apple has tuned the display for 144 Hz adaptive refresh rates, meaning buttery smooth scrolling, hyper-responsive gameplay, and an overall sense of fluidity. Watching videos or even swiping through your gallery feels different, like a new standard of smoothness. Now, let's talk performance. Apple's new A19 Pro Bionic chip is a monster. Built on a 2nm process, it's faster, more power efficient, and heavily optimized for AI workloads. Everyday tasks like browsing or texting feel instant, but the real magic happens when you push the phone. High-end games run flawlessly, with no frame drops and console-level graphics. Video editing on-device is effortless, even for 8K footage. And AI-driven features, like real-time transcription, translation, and even live photo editing, happen instantly, without cloud processing. Battery life has also seen a boost. Thanks to the 2 nm chip and micro-LED efficiency, the iPhone 17 Pro comfortably lasts a day and a half on a single charge, even with heavy use. Apple has also improved fast charging, now delivering up to 70% in just 20 minutes. And yes, wireless charging is faster too, with MagSafe 2.0 supporting 25W speeds. It's not the fastest on the market, but for Apple users, it's finally competitive. But here's where things get even more interesting: Apple's leap into AI-driven features. Siri has been rebuilt from the ground up, finally catching up to the modern era. It's context-aware, meaning it remembers what you've asked before and can link conversations together. Ask "Show me that picture I took last week at the beach," and Siri doesn't just find it, T enhances it if you want, adjusts lighting, and can even create a short video montage automatically. Apple has also introduced Pro AI Assist, which integrates across apps. Writing an email? It suggests polished phrasing. Planning a trip? It builds itineraries. Editing photos? It knows the style you prefer. But with great power comes the question, how much is too much? Apple claims all AI processing is done on device, protecting your privacy. That's a bold promise, especially in an era where AI assistants often rely heavily on the cloud. If true, it's a huge win for privacy-conscious users, and it reinforces Apple's ecosystem trust. Speaking of ecosystem, the iPhone 17 Pro is designed to work seamlessly with the upcoming Apple Vision Pro headset. Apple's betting big on spatial computing, and this phone is your controller, your camera, your hub for that future. The depth sensor plays a role here, allowing you to capture spatial video with stunning accuracy. Imagine shooting a family gathering not just in video, but in full 3D space, and then reliving it through a headset. That's not sci-fi anymore, that's what the iPhone 17 Pro is built for. Now, let's talk about everyday use. Because specs are exciting, but what matters is how this phone changes your daily life. Unlocking the phone feels futuristic with Face ID 2.0, now faster and working from more angles, even flat on a desk. Typing feels quicker thanks to haptic refinements. Taking notes is easier with AI-assisted text recognition that can turn handwritten scribbles into formatted documents instantly. And yes, gaming feels next level. Pair it with a controller, and suddenly the iPhone 17 Pro feels like a portable console. The cameras deserve another mention here because they're not just about photos. Video on the iPhone 17 Pro is stunning. Apple has introduced 8K cinematic recording with real-time stabilization powered by AI. No gimbals, no external gear, just pure handheld magic. And for creators, Apple has integrated a Pro Creator mode where you can live stream directly in 4K with overlays, effects, and even real-time background edits. It's basically a studio in your pocket. Of course, no device is perfect. Apple's choice to stick with a Lightning-like proprietary connector instead of fully embracing USB-C 5.0 might frustrate some power users. Yes, it's faster than before, but the industry standard is shifting, and Apple seems to still want its ecosystem lock-in. Also, while the phone is lighter, the camera bump is more pronounced, which could be divisive. And let's not forget the price. Rumors suggest the iPhone 17 Pro may start at an eye-watering $1,299. That's not just expensive, that's a serious investment. But here's where the hook comes in: Apple knows its audience. For those deep in the ecosystem, this isn't just a phone. It's the centerpiece of your digital life. It syncs with your Mac, your iPad, your watch, your Vision Pro. It's not about one device anymore, it's about the whole experience. Apple isn't just selling hardware, they're selling a future, one where all your tech works together seamlessly, almost invisibly. So, who is the iPhone 17 Pro really for? If you're someone who just wants a good phone for calls, social media, and casual photos, this is overkill. The iPhone 16 or even 15 will more than suffice. But if you're a creator, a power user, or someone who demands the bleeding edge of technology, this phone is unmatched. It's not just about having the best specs, it's about being part of the cutting edge of Apple's vision for the future. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room, competition. Samsung, Google, OnePlus, they're all pushing boundaries too. Foldables, crazy zoom lenses, ultra-fast charging, these are areas where rivals are strong. Apple hasn't gone foldable yet. They haven't matched 240W charging speeds. But where Apple shines is in integration. You don't just get specs, you get polish, reliability, and ecosystem power. And for many, that's worth more than raw numbers. To wrap this up, the iPhone 17 Pro isn't just another upgrade. It's Apple planting a flag in the ground saying, this is the future. Whether it's the redesigned pentacamera system, the blazing fast A19 Pro chip, the mind-blowing micro-LED display, or the deep AI integration, this phone feels like the biggest leap since the iPhone X. And if Apple really nails the Vision Pro ecosystem tie-in, we might look back at the iPhone 17 Pro as the moment. Smartphones stopped being just phones and became the centerpiece of a connected, intelligent digital lifestyle. So, should you buy it? If you're ready to spend top dollar for the most advanced iPhone ever, the iPhone 17 Pro is a no-brainer. But even if you're not upgrading, this phone sets the tone for what's coming. Because whether you like it or not, this is where the future is headed. And that's exactly why you'll want to keep watching Tech Vibe, because we'll be diving even deeper, testing this phone in real-world scenarios, pushing its limits, and finding out if Apple's bold claims hold up. You won't want to miss what we discover next.